Thanks to Row for their partnership on the Summer Coworking Chronicles. We're having a ton of fun going from neighborhood to neighborhood. We are on Newbury Street today in the Back Bay, the commercial epicenter of Boston. And from a brick and mortar perspective, it's great, but there's also a lot here from a startup perspective. We got a ton of venture firms like Pillar VC, Glasswing, Hyperplane, Innospark right down the street. We've got enterprise businesses like Wayfair and DraftKings. And there's a whole bunch of startups sprinkled around here too, in WeWorks and Industrias, et cetera. So we're going to see who's around, have a few conversations, and find out what it's like to build in this neighborhood and what's great about building in this part of Boston. We're in the Back Bay today on Newbury Street with Jared Shulman, the co-founder and CEO of Lendica. Jared, what are you building?
So Lendica is an AI working capital platform, and we're building a tool that helps traditional businesses modernize their working capital cycle.
Because equity only is not always a great financing solution. So, Jared, what do you love about building in Boston? I know you grew up here. Tell us, what are some of the best parts about building your startup here?
Great city, great talent. Got some of the best schools in the world right across the river here. It's a great city to build a business.
And last question, what are some startups we should have our eye on other than Lendica that you're watching?
You got to look out for Drumkit, Dhruv and Jin Yang in the logistics space, and then hot company just raised some money called Drift Analytics, Kevin Webb. A lot of great businesses in Boston. So yeah, look out for those two for sure.
Perfect. Jared, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks.
We're on Newbury Street today. I'm with Zach Jaffe, an investor at Glasswing. We're going to find out what he's working on, what he loves about building in Boston, and what he's seeing in the market and in startups locally. So Zach, what are you building at Glasswing? What should the people of Boston know about your firm and sort of what you guys are all up to?
Yeah, so I would say we are building, have been since 2016, an early stage seed and pre-seed focused fund focusing on backing and supporting AI native companies that are trying to change the world of enterprise and security markets, as well as certain applications of frontier technology, call it human machine interaction, quantum, whatever it may be.
Long before the advent of large language models. Now, Zach, what do you love about building in Boston as someone who went to business school in Chicago and then moved here? What do you love about it here?
So I'll point to two things. The first thing is transparency. Boston founders, Boston investors are straightforward. That's what you want. You don't want the posturing. You don't want any of the BS. And then the other thing is loyalty. I think if you're building your company here in Boston, you get another level of the loyalty from your employees, from your investors. Nobody's going to run across town and join your competitor without telling you first or without letting you come back with it.
Love that. And last, what are you seeing in terms of startups that being built here that we should have our eye on across your portfolio and maybe even outside?
Yeah, so I'll do two in our portfolio real quick. First, I'll point to LabViva. There's an AI-powered marketplace for life sciences materials. The whole concept being life sciences materials are super complex. Hundreds of pages of research are required to put them onto the market. We automate that whole process, build marketplaces. The next one is Realm Security, a company I'm a board observer on. We are basically a data layer for security data that helps parse through all security data, reducing massive bills on Splunk and all those data ingestion costs. And then the last one, I'll give a shout out to Corbin, who I play basketball with. Got a great jumper, but also Maven AGI, one of the hottest companies in Boston, redefining the way that enterprise companies handle customer service.
This is Zach from Glasswing. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.